Boom. Okay. This is the very first time we've ever done this. I don't know what you're talking about. Shut up, Jamie. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the premiere AP episode from the Gimme Da Loot Podcast, aka the Murder on House Orien Express, brought to you by Conductor Wyndll and including a motley crew of individuals, including Christian Stokes as Fromwick Fint, Anthony as him, Harland as Pietrus, and Tori as Tova. We will flip back around and do some promos at the end because if you were here just a second ago, you heard some of them, but we'll still catch them at the end if you're just now joining us. I'm going to kick us over to Wyndll. Appreciate everybody being patient for us as we work out those opening stream jitters. And thanks. Hope you enjoy the show. He said the catchphrase.
Well, how do folks? Before we begin, I guess we already introduced ourselves. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best Tori impersonation now. I'm just kidding. So we already introduced ourselves. As you can see, our group finds themselves inside of Terminus Station. So if you will bear with me, now it's time for the infamous box text. And here we go. A massive bearded unicorn mosaic, the symbol of the dragon-marked house Orien, gazes up at you from the marble concourse floor. A crisp evening breeze blows into Sean's Terminus Station. Your hair stands on end as you are greeted by the crackle of electrical energy from the slowing lightning train. As you line up in anticipation, the conductor performs personal and baggage checks. Now for the first curveball of the evening. Each of you, aside from the conductor, can attempt to, first of all weapons and magic items will be placed into the cargo car and locked there for safekeeping throughout the trip. However, each of you can attempt to smuggle a small item on your person, be it magical, be it mundane, and board the train. You will have to elude the conductor's search in order to do so. So if you wish to do that, and anybody that wishes to do that, go ahead and send me a message via Discord on what it is you would like to try and smuggle, providing I can get Discord to actually function.
I have nothing.
That's hey, nothing is.
I don't know if y'all saw the face.
So again, like I said,
I was thinking.
Okay. You, for example, you like to say your weapons are being stored for you. Don't consider it. It's not confiscation. Just they're being stored for you. And so, if you want to sneak, say, a dagger aboard, some sort of amulet or other small magical item, you can do so. If you have nothing, that's absolutely fine.
I like arcane focuses and like a staff and stuff like that. Like, is that going to be taken?
And arcane focus staff, yeah. If it's magical, so you, the conductor, have a wand of magic detection on you, which you use to wand down all passengers boarding the train. Takes some time, but House Orien would prefer their service to be as secure as possible.
About these hands, though.
Tova's tapping those hands with his wand.
you can't detect these. You can't detect
those don't look magical or like weapons.
Well, they're very much weapon-like. They're not.
I don't know how effective those are. I think you get there's got to be a minus penalty to those hands.
There might be
some sort of disadvantage. All right. So if no one is attempting to smuggle anything on board,
I am.
We will continue.
I would like to. The gnome reaches and he's got his monocle in his eye, and he squeezes it very tightly as he enters in and attempts to make a takes it from. Don't
say out loud what you're gonna say.
Oh, okay, okay.
I didn't hear it.
Keep it to yourself.
I will. I'm keeping it to myself.
No, I lied. Yeah, you can say your attempt to smuggle. Just send it to me in the Discord.
Done.
And am I gonna get to try and perceive this?
Okay. You are. And so you have a wand of magic detection, which means you're going to be making an investigation check.
Got it.
If it is a magical item, you can make said check with advantage. So Fromwick can tell me if you can a simple yes or no. Is it a magic item?
It is.
Okay. Then we're going to have the conductor make an investigation check, an intelligence investigation check.
Coming out of the gate strong. That's an 11.
No, and you have this wand of magic detection, so you get to actually make this check with advantage.
That was with advantage.
Oh dear. I'm not.
See, we didn't even know.
I believe I rolled a 6 and a 9.
Going to have Fromwick. I'm going to have you make a dexterity sleight of hand check.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, contest or to meet or beat an 11.
Yeah.
9. I did not.
That don't.
But this thing here, no, this thing here is just so that I can see. You know what I mean.
Okay, you may give me you can. Well, I'll tell you what. You can either give me a perception check, contested by the conductor's insight, or you all can hash it out between yourselves. Your choice.
I'll make a perception. I'll use perception on this one, and
use deception or sleight. I'm sorry, dexterity, sleight of hand. Oh no, persuasion.
Okay, so this here, this is my persuasion, and for this one, it is. I've got a penalty of -1, so I'm not the most persuasive, but let's just see. Oh, there's a 13. Well,
what am I looking at? Who am I looking at?
Hello, I'm down here. I'm
looking
at look down at you. Hello. Nice
hello.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Yes, it is. It is.
And you, my dear conductor, you are familiar. You're familiar with Fromwick, having seen him from time to time in Egon Baker's company. So you have a passing relationship with him.
Yes, I recall seeing you around as well.
Hello, Fromwick. Just
you'll never see me without this monocle. I cannot. How could I see you if I cannot see you?
Just keep your eyes out of my business, and we'll be fine. Yes. And I'm gonna let him go along.
But I do this.
Do we see this? Do we?
Give me a perception check. You may be somewhere else in the line of people waiting. You may be farther back. Give me a perception check. Let's see what you.
People just bringing stuff. I don't feel too safe on this train. If the conductor's failing their job so miserably, oh, never mind. I feel perfect. I don't know it. Oh no, I don't. There you go.
It's a very dangerous monocle.
You happen to be looking around at various other individuals in the train itself. You don't have paying attention to the conversation. It's one of multiple conversations going on around you.
I had a perception of 16. Do I notice the conversation?
You do hear the tail end of the conversation, and you hear the conductor say, "Just keep out of my business and move along." So you recognize some familiarity there, but it didn't appear there was anything egregious about the conversation.
Okay.
Tova will turn and to the next person in line and start giving little tippy tappies.
All right. So, as Tova continues to wind down the boarding passengers, let's talk about you all's relationships. Who knows whom? So, Beatrice, everybody,
Yes.
of course, knows the individual who's invited you here. As a matter of fact, I'm sorry. Before we do it, let's go back to the box text. Let's give some more context here. Last looks completed. All checks made. The conductor calls.
My mom calls all aboard. All aboard.
There you go. All right.
All aboard. Ka-chow, ka-choo, choo-choo, ka-chow, choo-choo. That's my conductor sound. Ka-chow, all aboard.
All aboard.
Not copywritten. Ka-choo-choo, all aboard.
You and a score of other passengers, some of whom you recognize or traveled here with, board the train. You find your cabin in the first class coach, store your belongings, and settle in as the metal beast begins its journey. The crackling sound soon melds into a humming drone. You watch the darkening countryside glide by at a brisk 35 miles per hour. As night swallows the world, the stars spring from wherever it is they hide at day, along with 5 of Eberron's moons and the golden ring of Sybaris, which cuts through an ocean of darkness. You all have been asked to join the eccentric inventor and arms dealer, Egon Bakir, on a lightning rail trip where he plans to make a big announcement. This particular train, the House Orien Express, services the first of its kind non-stop international route between Sharn in Breland and Fairhaven in Aundair. Most, if not all, of you are aware that Egon has been rejected from joining House Cannith by Baron Merrix de Cannith in Sharn, and that Baron Jorlana de Cannith, the head of the rival branch of House Cannith, which resides in Fairhaven, is the potential final destination for him. Most of you have a reason to loathe Egon Bakir at best and want him dead at worst. A man whose fortune in his home city of Sharn, the city of towers, was made never caring who he had to step on, rip off, or hurt, as long as his bank account was full and his estate well manicured. Egon carries the elaborate magical dragon mark of making upon his body, but his mother was an excoriate, an individual banished from a house, an excoriate of House Cannith, thereby making him a foundling, not a member of the house. What is his big announcement, and why has he invited all of you to hear it? That said, before we get into relationships, I want to give a brief overview for those who have joined us this evening of Eberron, the world, and sort of just, what it's about. The adventure we're in takes place on the continent of Corvair, which has just come out of a 100-year-long civil war. between the 5 nations of the kingdom of Galifar. It has been 2 years since the war officially ended with the Treaty of Thronehold, but 4 years has passed since the war actually ended after what was called the Day of Mourning, which saw the entire nation of Seer wiped off the face of the continent. It remains a mystery as to how it happened or who might have done it. But most of the nations are afraid to engage in full-scale war again for fear of the same thing happening to their own. The Dragon Mark dynasties and or houses are the commercial and mercantile enterprises throughout Corvair and beyond. They, if you imagine just big corporations these days, your Walmarts, Boeings, 3Ms, things like that, these are very similar, except they have more of a monopoly than even the corporations that we know of. They remain mostly neutral throughout the war, however, selling their services to those who could afford them. House Orien, which carries the Mark of Passage, a dragon mark, is the ones that control the lightning rail, among other modes of transportation. And they do so by binding air elementals into the trains. And they have individuals with dragon marks that can actually control the air elemental and pilot the trains. Which brings us to the fact that Eberron is a world of magic, like any D&D setting. However, it's not about high magic. This isn't about powerful wizards who are almost godlike. It's about wide magic. Technology in Eberron has developed through magic as opposed to the advancement of science. It's widespread. You have things where farms have self-propelled implements to do their farming. You have individuals that you want to get your clothes cleaned. You go to the cleaners. And the cleaners have individuals called mage rights that can perform prestidigitation to clean clothing. You pay them for it. Mage rights can also perform other services. There are weavers who create what they call glamour weave, which has magical effects throughout clothing, from an entire sunset over the mountains to a starry sky. Things along those lines. The Warforged, who were built for war, and they were created and developed sentience, come from the magical background of Eberron. So that's just, and this is real brief. I actually won't, get into and get too deep into it. But you are looking at the common person sees magic every day. However, finding someone who's capable of, say, casting 3rd or 4th or 5th level spells, that's generally unheard of. Most people don't know anybody that powerful. There's no wizard living down the lane and in the tower that can do so. So it's just a real quick, this is Eberron. It's a great setting. I advise you to look more into it if you're interested. With that, let us move on to our relationships between individuals. So, Pietrus.
Yes.
You are very familiar with Egon.
Tool bag. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you have history. Not deep history, but history that's not necessarily favorable. You have met Faroline, his wife, once or twice. Not somebody you have a deep relationship with, so to speak. And you have recently, you've recently been seen with Atlantic Star, a woman that Egon has known to has kept as a lover. So what's going on there? I don't know. Maybe we'll find out. Moving on. Him.
Yes.
You are a former business partner of Egon, and you know him very well. You've been with Egon for years and years, but there is a reason that you are a former business partner. And everyone knows that Egon owes you money, a lot of money. What exactly happened? Maybe only you and Egon are sure of that. But you also know Caroline, Egon's wife, having been with him many years. You've known them since they've been together. You also know Fromwick, because Fromwick has been in Egon's employ for some years. And as you boarded the train, you noticed the brown-skinned gnomish woman. And at first glance, she looked very familiar to you. She probably about 3.5 feet tall, black hair, large expressive eyes, wide nose, and full lips. She carried a friendly smile, but something in her eyes gives the impression that you should try very hard to keep that smile on her face. You also know Egon's personality, probably more so than most, other than his wife. And to say he's grating is probably the understatement of the year. Moving on, we have our veteran conductor. Now, again, obviously, we've already established that you know Fromwick from him hanging around Baker and doing his bidding. You've also met Caroline, his wife, and you know that Caroline was a soldier in the last war, and you like her a lot better than you do Baker. And you know that Baker has a bodyguard, a warforged, named Blue Shield. And you see Baker on his various trips, and a wink and a nod here and there. He attempts to get you to do favors for him. What those are, it's between you and him. And finally, we get to Fromwick. And Fromwick, you know quite a few individuals. You've been around Egon longer than pretty much anybody. You know the gnomish woman. You and her recognize each other with a nod. What your relationship is, maybe we'll find out. You also know Caroline, Egon's wife. As you've been around him so long, you like her a lot more than Egon as well. You knew him. It's funny to say. Him as, yeah, that him. But you kept your distance from him. Didn't see the need to be too close. And you also know the conductor, Tova. I said, again, not a deep relationship there, more passing than anything. And you also know a young man who boarded the train with Egon. Young man about 18 to 20 years old. But you hadn't seen that young man since he was a baby. So he probably wouldn't recognize you. And you've also spoken to the woman, Atlantic, Egon's lover. But that was maybe once. So not much deep knowledge there. But those are the individuals. That's how you're tied into each other. And of course, as I said before, you all know Egon. So, anyone have any questions about that?
Oh, we all know he is hard to deal with, this one, but some of us have thicker skin than the others. And by the way, I'm always confused for a baby at 3 foot tall with 35. Yes, but that's okay. Down here. Yes. Thank you.
Tova is a lithe 6'2", so that interaction was quite interesting.
Did you strain your neck looking this far down? It's okay. It's okay.
Good.
It happens.
Squat. Good squat.
You're back out.
Oh man, no. So
So
we're all on the train going.
you've gotten settled in. Like I said, it was evening when you boarded the train. Night has fallen, early morning, quickly approaching, passing into midnight. You know, great things happen past midnight. We all know that.
Was I at the drink car? Because I should be.
Midnight, we're going to let it all hang out.
Then you are. What is your drink of choice, Beatrice?
Definitely be something strong on the rocks.
Something strong.
That's how I order it. Something strong on the rocks.
You are given something strong on the rocks. So now for our next little twist.
Dun, dun, dun.
We all know that this is a murder mystery. There's no mystery in that. But what you may not know is that in this two-shot, anybody can be the murderer. That includes PCs and NPCs. So I am now going to send each of you a message in Discord. As far as the murder is concerned, the murderer has been chosen at random. And now you get to find out if you are the murderer or not. Watch me type the wrong thing.
Can I make a perception check to see if I perceive that I am the murderer?
I lost everyone for a second.
You, Beatrice, are not the father. I'm sorry. Wrong show. Wrong show. My bad.
I was certain he was going to react to this a certain way.
I miss some stuff.
Can you hear now?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear now.
Oh, okay.
I can hear now. I'm not the father. I realized that.
Good.
Mhm.
I thought that's what the drink was for.
How short is the baby? This is what I must know.
Or do I have the best poker face streaking?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
What drink was that you ordered,
who
sir?
is the Lady Gaga of the crew here? Who has?
What was that drink you ordered, sir?
I don't know. I ordered everywhere I go. I ask for the strongest drink on the rocks.
Mm.
I am simply.
I try to turn around and not even see what they order because I really don't care. I'm only drinking it for its effectiveness.
I choose the choicest of Chablis, of course.
Mm. Well,
I know
look at the bartender and say, "I'll get one of what he had."
Can you handle it? That's the question, sir.
Do I want to handle it?
You can.
That's the question.
All right, listen. This is not for the weak. This is not for the weak, sir. I took 2 sips of this and I'm feeling it, but I've been doing this for some time. I got some time in the game. You sure?
Yeah, I'll take one.
All right. He doesn't look like the type who can handle it, Mr. Bartender. So You might want to put a little, just some
Or was
water
it?
in it. Just a little bit of water.
Was a gentleman in here earlier eating goat anus or something?
Mm, mm, mm. I've heard if you let it ferment, it gets pretty strong. It gets pretty strong if you let it ferment for a while. That's why I stopped trying to. That's why I stopped asking what's in the drink and just drink it, because some goat anus has been slipped on me a few times.
Well, I've never had that happen. What? I don't think I caught your name. What was your name?
Oh, my name is Petrus.
Petrus.
Petrus,
Like a dish.
Yeah.
like a dish.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. I am him. Nice to meet you.
I too am him.
No,
Like
that's not how that works.
I can be him. I can be him. I'm a guy. I could be him. I am him.
I've heard that one plenty of times, but you know, it wears thin every once in a while. You know, it's okay. Just wanted to introduce myself.
So wait.
It's a good drink. This is a good drink.
Wait. So your name really is him.
Absolutely.
So that wasn't some corny line that you had.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Write this down, please. HIM?
HYM.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Not cool, but it's cool. It's all right.
Okay. I'm not sure what you were referring to before, but that's fine. This is a good drink. I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You should
pretty
actually figure out what it is from the bartender so
Nope,
you can
nope,
reorder
nope,
it. No?
nope,
No?
nope,
Okay.
nope. That's not how I order my drinks.
That's how you end up with liquid anus. You got to make sure.
It is. But if you don't ask what the drink is, you don't know you're drinking liquid anus. Big brain thinking, sir.
Touche.
Big brain thinking.
Touche. With that, I walk away.
Well,
Why
the
does
conversation.
around
What was that?
sounds like smells like sewage around here. What is that? Oh, that's something strong. Oh, is that on the rocks?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, everyone should have one of these. What is it? Don't know. We don't know. But it gets the job done.
Wyndll?
I was about to say, did we
the three
lose
of you
Wyndll?
continue your conversation or not? Because we had.
Oh, that wasn't. Oh, that was.
I don't know what's happening with me over here.
Man.
We pass into the next day, and the journey continues on, and you knew that this was a 2-day trip.
I packed accordingly.
Going from the 22nd through the 24th is when you would reach Fairhaven, and you all mingle aboard the train. But like I said, this is a train. You could very cars. There's a dining car to go to. There's the first class sleeping car, which, by the way, you're all in first class. Just an FYI.
Of course.
This is the only way I travel.
The strongest drink is
You
usually
got-
pretty expensive.
must
Got to
have
have
known
money
that.
for that.
You finally find yourself on the eve of the second night. Go ahead, Tova.
I was just curious what Egon and his little
were you gonna
troop
say?
were doing.
That's what we're actually about to get to. So you're well aware that Egon has traveled, and he actually arrived with Fairline, his wife, in addition to the young man, who was also traveling with him. He came with Fromwick, and he also had him join him. Like I said, the rest of you manage to get there on your own. But he has sent a message. He's always sent you, Tova, to tell everyone to join him in the dining car for dinner the following evening.
Tova's goes around kind of mumbling to herself, like, I'm not his, like, this is it. I'm the conductor. I don't work for him. And just grumbling and kind of indicating to each person, like, in a strange way, not quite inviting people, just opening, going into people's little hutches, like, dinner, Egon over there, points, and then walks to the next one, dinner, Egon there, the next one.
Did they get my special request? Did the dining hall get my special request?
Tova's closed the door.
God damn it.
DM, I'm curious, having taken everyone's tickets, if I would know the name of this young boy.
Yes. He's Tret Colors. And give me a perception check. Because he's been fairly quiet, but you've heard him say a few things.
It's a 17.
17. Obviously, being a conductor on the Lightning Rail, you've traveled to quite a few places, and you denoted a twang, an Ondarian twang, specifically East Ondare. Ondare is known for being having a lot of rural area, a lot of farms, things of that nature. Kind of, it's a little slow. Some it's peaceful. Some would say slow. But it's a relaxed,
Quiet.
nation, full of people. Yeah, quiet. Agricultural things of that nature. And so note this twang, this East Ondarian twang. You can't peg a city, but you're within the region. But Tret Colors seems to be this kid's name. You find yourselves arriving in the dining car. And soon enough, the man himself enters. A man of about 50. Egon is shaved completely bald with a salt and pepper goatee. He has a fine waistcoat on, black with red and silver filigree running its length. He dresses in the upper echelon, even though he's not necessarily upper echelon itself. But Egon is wealthy. He is a wealthy individual. He's not like he lives in Skyway and Sharn or anything, but he's got money. Now that we've described him, I think we got a description of Fromwickler. Could the rest of you describe yourselves, please?
All right.
Beginning with, that's okay. Peters.
Oh, I'm about 5'7", 235-pound, 40. How old did I make this man? Sorry, forgot my character, but I definitely forgot.
48, I think.
Yeah, like 48. Yeah, 48. 48-year-old businessman, smart. What am I? I'm a Gith. You like a Gith Yankee, but not a Gith Yankee. What's the other one?
Gets it right.
Yeah, gets the right. That is what I am. Gets the right. Yes. Portly man. Not this is not a 5'7", jacked 235. This is a portly 235, 5'7", and yeah, but I carry it well. I don't. I like to think that. I like to think I carry it well, but I don't.
All right, moving on.
Is-
Tova,
Rest.
describe our resident train conductor, please.
Well, Tova Stormbristle has a toned 6'2", 185 pounds of just good lifting muscle. Probably wouldn't notice at first glance, but kind of as she moves around the train quickly, uh, helping people carry their bags on, just can kind of tell that any bag of any size, just kind of just able to move it around quite easily. Veterans of the war might pick up on the way she carries herself, of having been a part of it uh, in the way that she moves quickly and has everything organized, but not maybe doesn't have quite the same rugged toughness that you'd expect out of a soldier. As you look at what she's carrying and what she's wearing, you might pick up on her being an artificer, specifically of Kalistar origin. But in her clothing and the mix of some Kalistar lineage in the fabrics, these ethereal kind of dream spirit inspired, there is a lot of heavy dwarven inspiration here. There's she's wearing a sturdy tunic, coveralls with made of dwarven fabrics, but in that fabric you'll see like woven runes and enchantments that balance out the studies of this artificing and just more working with the hands. Just kind of a really kind of an odd blend of two cultures, uh, as she, while moves very gracefully, does tend to kind of hunch over, having grown up, giving that feeling of growing up around people that are a different size than her, and trying to kind of blend in her white Kalistar hair peeking through pretty obviously dyed dark hair, trying to kind of being a tall person but slim, still tries to hide in every room that she's in. And then the last thing is that her might notice her eyes are a bit golden and have this kind of otherworldly glow, and they tend to change depending on her emotions.
Him?
Him is a brown skinned elven male, about 5'5". He has kind of white dreadlocks that go down about mid back, tied into a ponytail behind his head. He His attire is it's colorful, like a teal or bluish tunic and coat overcoat. Doesn't relatively middle class. He's young adult for an elf, which probably around the age of 150 or so. If that's how old he would look if you were to guess elven age, but he looks like a young adult, um, like you know a human of age 25 or so would be around what he looks like. Um, but yeah, he's not necessarily um overly exertive in personality, just kind of working the room, talking to people, but not necessarily trying to be the life of the party or anything. Just converse and really like he's anticipating something. He's eager to see what he's here for. So he's just kind of looking around the room, taking notice of the people who are there.
All right. And Fromwick, I know we touched on you, but what would you like to add about Fromwick?
Bromwick is he is a 3 foot tall. He's slight, even for a gnome. He's of slight stature. He weighs a whopping 38 pounds. So a little bitty fellow, but he dresses in finery. He also looks as though he might be from the upper echelon. He drinks Chablis. He's the kind of person that make sure that his table setting is proper. As he sits to eat, he has the right forks and the spoons and the knives and the dessert spoon and all that stuff in front of him. He has a monocle that he uses, and he fidgets with it quite a bit. He has silver. At one time, you could tell it was dark on the ends, but he's beginning to silver out in the hairline, and then he has a tapered, beautiful mustache with a little sharp tips, and that too is starting to turn silver. He's very watchful, observant. He talks a lot, but when he speaks, he seems to be speaking to get other people to speak, so that he can hear things. So he instigates conversations so that people will just ramble, and he can learn. So he spends the most of the time talking to the various people, very sociable, listening, taking in information, saying hello to the acquaintances that he knows but hasn't seen for some time, saying hello to the business partner, hello to Fairline, the wife. Obviously, he spent a lot of time with her, and of course, always around for Egon at his beck and call as needed.
Excellent.
New rule. Let Harlan go last so that he could properly see how it's done by other people, and then he can do it. He can do better than the job he did.
Why you think I let you go first?
See, that was the
entertainment part right there.
I was like, what? Wait a minute, that's what I'm supposed to do. Oh man,
behind that.
He's a chubby guy that's like not Yankee, but
I was like, okay.
Listen, I'm not overweight.
I wrote down like, okay, I need to give better character descriptions. That's what they wanted. No, okay, got it. Not the tagline, just more descriptive. Learn the lesson.
You know what? I mean,
lesson learned.
You're a man of you're a man of a few words. That's all it is.
Few words. I let my portly status dictate everything.
You're at a much girth, but few words.
Few words.
AT, brother.
A bit about some of the others that you were on board with. Obviously, Fairline Baker, married to Egon. She is a tallish elven female of pale skin. She probably stands somewhere in the neighborhood of 5'8" or so. She is, obviously, it's hard to guess elven age. You can tell that she is not a young adult, but she's definitely not middle-aged. So somewhere, in there, maybe the human equivalent of 40-ish. She has high cheekbones, full lips. She is half brunette, half silver hair, interestingly enough, split right down the middle. She has two towered spirals of hair that protrude from her scalp, almost like upward facing pigtails.
Elvish.
She but she has this fierceness about her. She walks very upright, and she definitely seems like she could hold her own either in conversation or in combat. That said, you note that she's a bit aloof, as it were. She's a little standoffish, and doesn't seem to mingle as everybody else has begun to. The young man, Tret, you've heard his name bandied about by a few people. Appears to be a human. He's a human of somewhere between 18 to 20 years old. He's fairly tall, probably coming in about 6 feet, but he's also thin. He's sandy blonde, expressive brown eyes, chiseled jaw. Doesn't and you can tell he speaks with this. It doesn't speak much, but he has this twang. This very strong twang in the various words that you've heard him speak. He too seems a little standoffish. He came with Egon, but even once Egon has entered the dining car, he doesn't gravitate toward him. He seems to keep his distance. The female gnome, you've heard her introduce herself as Femi to a couple of people. She's about 3.5 feet tall. As I described before, she's brown skin, black haired, large eyes, wide nose, full lips. And she just has this friendly smile, but she has this look in her eyes that she knows something that everybody else doesn't. Atlantic Star, the woman everybody has known as Egon's lover. You see her, her and Petrus seem to have a very good relationship, to say the least. They seem close. She's an attractive brown-skinned Asimar woman. Small pools of gold swirl in her almond eyes. And she has these sculpted features and figure that she doesn't seem to be afraid to flaunt. She doesn't wear the more ostentatious garb of the gnomish woman or Fairline. But she seems a bit more down to earth, as it were. And then, as I said, we have Egon. And as Egon walks in, he takes the measure of each of you in the dining car. And he immediately walks over to Beatrice. I don't know why I keep calling you Beatrice. I like this exotic, Beatrice.
Yes, that's what it's supposed to be. If that's what it's supposed to be.
Beatrice. I knew you had to be here because there's a reason the train is going so slow.
You listen here. That was a good one.
Beatrice, my corpulent friend. I kid.
There's some places that you should not kid, and my belt line is one of them. We've been going over this multiple times. I'm very sensitive about the belt line.
I know the belt line. Speaking of which, it doesn't appear that you've missed many meals. It doesn't appear you've missed the meals of others either. I apologize. I can't help myself.
Did you get my meal request for the trip?
Oh, believe me, we've got your meal request. I'm not sure we're quite equipped to fill it, but we received it.
All right, just checking. All right, if I'm gonna take this abuse, I should be fed well.
You understand that the train only carries a limited amount of supplies.
All right, that's now you're going too far.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. But listen, my friend, I want you to drink heavily, which you always do, as do I. I want you to enjoy this trip because it's going to be worth it. Once we reach Fairhaven, the announcement I have to make, you won't believe. I promise you that.
Is it something that you've stolen another person's idea for your fortune? Is that it? Because I'd believe that. I'd believe that.
There you are. See? Your bites and bark. I love it. But excuse me, I see some others that I need to reacquaint myself with.
All right.
That he makes his way over to him. How are you? I know. We didn't speak much on the way here, but now we've had an opportunity to settle in, relax. How are you feeling, my friend?
Ready to see what you have to say. That's it's gonna make things square because we didn't end on good terms, and the only reason I'm here is because you said that you were gonna make things right with
And
whatever happens on this train.
am I not a man of my word? Don't
No,
answer
not at
that.
all.
Don't answer that. The fact remains, I said I would take care of you. I promised that you would get what was coming to you and then some, did I not?
That's what you said.
I would not have invited you aboard had that not been the case. So I want you to relax. I want you to have a little faith in me, my friend. Remember the good times we used to have. Do you remember that, what was it called? Uh, the, uh, the long, I don't know, the thing you invented, you know, that you threw it. I don't know. It returned. It came back to you. I don't know. It kept hitting you in the head. It wasn't the way. Do you recall what I'm talking about? I don't remember what you
Yes,
called.
yes, and the boomerang.
Yes. Another failed invention. But that's not what we're here to talk about. You see, you get to mingle amongst the people that I call friends, people I call family. I know that you've been with me for a long time, but this is a time for celebration, a time for us all to come together. So what say you? Are you on board? No pun intended.
We'll see. I'm still
I still sense
on
skepticism.
the,
Perhaps
there's a bit of skepticism.
I should apply you with more alcohol. Loosen you up a bit. Yes.
Well, I'll finish this one and we'll see about the next one. This
Of
one's
course you
kind of
will.
strong.
Of course you will. Yes. Oh, if you'll pardon me.
Yes.
Fromwick.
At your service. Hello, sir.
Yes. Later, I wanted to discuss that thing we talked about concerning Toba.
The thing, but of course, I'll do this. Of course, I do this for you. I do anything.
Yes, you have been my loyal retainer for how long have you been with me, Fromwick?
Well, you know, this I don't fully know. We've been together so long and so maybe a decade and a half.
Yes, the years have a way of blurring the mind, turning it into a stew, if 'twere. I can't even remember what I had for breakfast yesterday.
It was 2 eggs and 2 little bitty eggs and a little bit of toast. I remember these things.
Well, and that's why I have you by my side. Yes. A question. When we were boarding the train, I noticed you glance at the gnomish woman there. Are you familiar with her?
I have to say, she did this one. She did catch my eye. I took one good look and, ooh la la! You know, it's not always easy being the most lonesome gnome in your service. So this one, she has nice full lips. Would you not agree?
I understand. Yes, she's very attractive. She's very attractive. Hold on a moment. Oh, madam, I believe my friend wants to speak with you. Go on, Fromwick.
Well,
The floor is yours. Yes. I know. You're welcome. You're welcome. Carry on.
From
Yes. Pardon me, if you will. Toba, a word?
You gone?
Yes. I just want to make sure that everything on board is secure. We wouldn't want any potential information to make its way to those who shouldn't have it.
When I say I will get something done, I get it done.
Yes, of course you will. Of course you will. You always get it done. Yeah, which is why I have what I have on me, which will change the world. That you will see. Other than that, make sure you continue getting done the things I need. I would hate for folks to find out, I don't know, certain things, shall we say?
My pleasure.
Of course it is. Of course it is. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go and harass my wife. Yes. Oh,
Give her a kiss for me.
of course, of course. I'll give her your love. Beatrice, I forgot. There was something I was meaning to tell you.
What's up?
I know that you've been sleeping with Atlantic.
What?
Yes, it's no secret. And you know what?
Is Tova still
Huh?
in the conversation?
Tova, no, Tova's.
Did you walk away? Okay.
walked
Okay.
away back to people.
Just checking.
I was like, hang on. It's no secret. And to be honest with you, I don't mind. You know, do what you will. She's quite interesting in her skill set, I'll say.
Oh yeah.
Go on.
The skill set has been proven to be. She's been quite good at certain things.
Well, I'm happy to hear it. Did you know the thing about Atlantic is she was a relative term. Did you
Maybe.
know that they are a changeling and they prefer the male persona mostly?
Yeah, not when she was with me. What
Oh.
she does with other people, that's fine.
Ah.
That's fine.
Well, then you are just the man for her to be with. Tell me something. Are you a bottom or a top?
What?
I'm certainly hoping you're a bottom, because if you're a top, she probably wouldn't be here now. Oh, I'm going to get myself a drink. Good night.
Because you're heavy.
I see. I see where you're going with that. I see where you're going.
Revelations.
More fat jokes.
So with that, he moves on and begins mingling with others throughout, and he bounces back and forth, being the life of the party, so to speak. Now, is there anybody in particular? We will begin. We'll go zoom left to right. We will begin with him. Is there anyone in particular that you would like to speak with? Anyone who's caught your eye, you're curious about? And that can be PC or NPC.
Yeah, I the was Star? Is that the Asimar?
Atlantic Star.
Slantic Star. Yeah. Her presence definitely caught my eye. So definitely just want to walk up and just introduce myself. Hey, how you doing? Nice to see you on this ride here, train.
That's a very odd thing to say, but I'm well, and yourself? Are you
Do-
well?
I'm doing okay. I think this I got a little bit of a strong drink. I'm not sure. It's kind of impairing my faculties a little bit, maybe. I don't know. I think that that Gith over there kind of may have put something in my drink. I don't know what he did. But
Well, let me stop you there.
uh-huh.
If you're trying to hit on me, I'm not interested.
Oh, no. It actually wasn't what it was. It was I don't really see I haven't seen too many uh ASMRs before. I was like you just kind of wondering like May, how you know Bakar? How you know Egon?
First of all, allow me to correct your pronunciation.
Oh, my fault.
It's not, it's Asama, not Asama. That's such a crude way to say that.
My apologies.
Um, um, what was your question?
How do you know Egon? Me and him have been partners for a long time and hadn't really seen you.
Perhaps I haven't wanted to be seen.
I could understand that. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Yes,
Uh,
because what is someone once all the mystery has gone away? You know everything. There are no more surprises. Nothing else to look forward to. So I would rather keep some of my mystery. But feel free to ask away. Perhaps you can chisel away the mystery and find out more. I'm game if you are.
yeah, indeed. So I want to what is she? You said she's taller, right? Like,
She's about 5'8". So she's taller than
uh,
you are.
okay. Um, and you said she's like well dressed in the sense of there's like a regal or
Well, she's well dressed in the sense of, I mean, she's nice clothes, and I mean, she has very nice clothes, but her clothes aren't the pomp sort of clothes. They are a little more revealing um, in certain areas. Again, it's you know, it's not like Fairline or Femi, where their clothing is uh, a little. It's either
more
baggy or
modest.
yeah, modest. Thank you
Hmm.
for the vocabulary. I
So
appreciate that. You grab my.
um
Like femme fatale, kind of a little flashy, kind of.
Yeah, somewhere in that. Yeah, somewhere in that neighborhood. That's a good way to go too.
so you say you like to keep mystery, but I don't see a lot of mysteriousness. I actually kind of see uh, a lot, actually. You seem to be more telling than most around here, actually.
Perhaps that's part of the mystery. Perhaps you're seeing exactly what I want you to see, therefore believing exactly what I want you to believe.
Hmm. I can understand that. So it's maybe a mask of sorts.
Perhaps if you're into that sort of thing.
Indeed. Indeed. Well, on that note, I'll continue with my drink, and I may see you later in the evening.
We're on a train that's almost guaranteed.
Well, until then. And I walk off.
We will move to let's see, okay, that's shifted over. So we're gonna move to Peaches. Peaches, is there anyone who has caught your eye? Anyone you would like to strike up conversation with?
Oh, Torva,
Over? Okay.
Tova. The, hey, hey, Tova. Oh well, okay, I don't know your name. hey, hey, I'm Petrus. I noticed you over there. You're pretty tall and pretty fit. I've been working on my body, and you can see the shape that I've attained. It's pretty good. I just want to know what's your routine? What do you do to maintain that shape that you have? Is conducting strenuous?
Um, sorry, you've caught me off guard at the just typically broaching this sort of subject.
What's your
Is
splits?
it offensive approach, but that was quite respectful, and I'm okay in continuing in this conversation. So just wanted to set that there. Typically, I would have walked away, but I'm going to continue with this conversation now. And well, it's a lot of hammering. My work and my hobbies, I'm lucky enough that they have the side effect of, well, in both they require me to maintain this strength and this physique, and also are the source of how I get here.
Understand.
Not to say it's, you know, always be training.
That's my model too. It's my model too. But I've been working, and I make a lot of money, right? I didn't want to say that like that, but my job calls for a lot of time, so I can't put the time in the gym like I'd like to, right?
Are you in a library? Are you a reader?
Reading is kind of how I made my money. I'm a pretty smart guy. I wasn't athletic in high school, and I realized that was going to be the way that was my attractiveness, my brain.
Mm-hmm.
So, but
That's their skills. You hone your skill. That's your the brain's a muscle.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. And I'm glad that you can see that muscle in its six-pack definedness through all of this baby fat that I've been working off for the last 47 years.
Is there a particular with it sounds like you've really honed that skill, your mental acuity. Is there any reason for the shift in the focus as far as which muscle you want to work on next? Is it purely aesthetic, or is it something going towards your goals and your ambitions?
It's a thing. Once you've attained what I've attained mentally,
Mm-hmm.
the next frontier is to attain that physically, right? So I've been doing good. I've been on this diet for like the last 6 months, and I've actually lost 2 pounds. It's been going really well. It's probably the best it's going in a long time. Right. But I'm glad I got to know your splits and everything. But I also saw you over there talking to Egon, right? You know he's a jerk, right? You know he's stolen everything he's ever had. Right?
It's hard to miss.
Okay. I'm glad that you got that same feeling that I get from him. So I'm just wanted to see. I just wanted to make sure that everyone knew how much of a jerk Egon was, and I was going to start by letting you know.
I appreciate the looking out, but I think the passengers 4 cars down are aware of how terrible he is.
But aren't we all here because of him?
Oh, Petrus.
What the hell? Who said that?
The Atlantic, she walks up,
Okay.
takes your arm, and she kind of sidles up next to you. So, have you found yourself something new already?
What? No. Did you I was just asking her what her regimen was, because she's clearly in the physique that I would like to get to.
Yes. You know, you can't lie to me. You know, when you don't tell the truth, you get this bit of spittle right at the corner of your mouth, and it drools down ever so slightly, not completely, but I've noticed. It's okay. It's okay. Don't think I'm hurt or threatened.
Well, of course not. Why would you, dude? I just met you recently.
Now, is that what we're... Is that what...
Picks up a snack, looks at Petrus and gives him kind of those eyes like, you're on your own, buddy, and walks over to talk to Faroline. and walks
Come,
away from this
let's get us a
conversation.
drink. And moving to Tova has gone to Fairline, coming to you from Wick in just a moment. Tova has gone to Fairline. And you want to you approach her, and she notices your approach, and she seems somewhat welcoming.
Barry, hey, what's up? Bro. You brought the
Yeah.
girlfriend. How's that going?
Can we not talk about her at the
What?
moment?
What's up with what's going on with you? How have you been?
What do you mean? It's the same. Egan, he's the show. I in background.
Hmm.
What more is there? Huh? But I do not plan to remain background for much longer.
Oh, got something planned?
Planned maybe a bit strong. Let's just that after 15, after 10 years, I've grown weary of always playing second fiddle. If it's not this harlot, it's this business venture, or this partner, or this invention, or that harlot. Did I already say harlot?
There's been multiple, so it was still accurate.
Yes. I am only surprised that Egon has never attempted to bed you.
Let's just say you'd have more success than he would.
That is interesting to know for future reference. Perhaps there is an upcoming train trip in my future.
Oh yeah, I'll take you wherever you want to go.
I appreciate that. And I may want to go far, far away from Sharn. Perhaps to Valinar. But it would be very difficult to get me to Valinar via train, would it not?
There's other ways.
Noted. So tell me, do you have any idea what this announcement is that Egan wants to make? Because he's not telling me.
Even if he told me directly, I wouldn't think that I had the information. So, not saying he hasn't told me anything.
I believe you. And I don't expect him to share it with me either. I don't expect him to share it with him. Why would
This
Petrus Fromwick? Fromwick probably knows. If anyone knows, Fromwick knows. I don't understand why he's so loyal to Egan. Egan treats him like shit. Every day, Fromwick, do this for me, do this for me. He doesn't give him thanks. And on the holidays, he doesn't give him a day off. And I've never seen him give him any sort of gratitude in the form of, other than payment, gifts. From he doesn't seem the type to. I don't know. I don't know. I want this all to be over. I want it to be done. And I just want to go far away.
I understand that.
How long is it before we reach Fairhaven at this point?
Let me check my train wall. let me look at the sky. I put my hand out and I'm trying to wayfind the stars.
You know that you're probably about 9 hours out of Fairhaven.
By my expert evaluation, about 9 hours.
Are you still sleeping in the engine compartment?
most of the time.
Is it still staff only?
There's areas that's me only, but that could be adjusted.
Because from what I hear, this is a new train, the Express. I would fancy a tour, if that's possible.
Yes, of course. And Tova starts dusting off the snacks.
Reaches up and
Milady.
Lady.
and she goes off with you. Fromwick, your nature, I'm sure you're keeping eyes on the various goings on and conversations. Is there anyone that catches your eye? Anyone you wish to speak with, or are you just simply listening and watching?
I've been doing a little bit of both, listening, watching, but I wanted to catch up with Tret for a moment. I know we rode over together. We didn't speak, but I'm curious. Hello there, Tret. From, of course. I'm just wondering, do you remember me?
Sorry, where did I remember you from? I don't. You work from for what? I'm sorry. Go on.
You were a child, a little babe. Sometimes people confuse the two of us. I know, it's funny. I was even shorter then. But so no, down here. Hello. So I was just very good. I was just curious. I haven't seen you in many, many years. I'm wondering if maybe you had heard, if your father had mentioned Fromwick to you, and if you remember me at all.
Wait, please. Can you slow down?
Sure. This I can do. Did
You said folks talk so fast.
I know. It's the comings and the goings of these people. They're always going, all the time. This you must know. But this I don't know. How is your mother?
First of all, how did you even know me?
Well, you haven't been around. You haven't been around your father's offices. You've been in what, East on there? You got the accent, my friend. You've got the accent down. But I have not seen you since you were a wee baby, and I'm not sure if you remember that this is a memory. Do you not have these memories?
No, I'm sorry. I don't remember you. He doesn't even claim me. He doesn't. I mean, he doesn't want anything to do with me. I don't even know why I'm on this trip.
So,
It doesn't make sense to me. And as far as my mother's concerned, she died about a year or so ago.
oh goodness, I am so sorry. I did not know this. This I did not know. This I am so sorry. This is out of character.
Fine. It was a private, family affair, and buried her, and there wasn't many folk come, and
May I ask how she died?
she grew sick.
She grew sick then.
And we took her to well, I tried to save up enough money to get her to a Girasco facility, but I didn't have the money. They treated her as best they could, but it wasn't their best medicines because I couldn't afford it. And I'd been saving up money to come to Sharn because I wanted to see Egon, and just I don't know. The last year has been just really hard, and I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go from here.
So sorry to hear this. Did when you come to the city, to the Sharn, did you meet with your father, or is this the first time you had seen him? I don't recall you being around until just this moment.
I didn't know. I never knew the man, and to be honest with you, hell, I'd been better off if I never knew he existed. But I found my mother's letters, and after she passed, and reading through those, and I don't know. I guess I just wanted some kind of acknowledgement. of me, and and more her than me, because I know she spent years of her life, trying to get him to acknowledge me, and I don't want that time to be wasted. I want to do something to honor her, because she's the only parent I really had. I mean, he doesn't give a damn. I mean, you know what he did here a few days ago, don't you?
No, maybe not. Inform me, please.
Well, I went to his estate, and with the letters as proof that I was his son, that he hadn't acknowledged all these years, and he laughed right in my face.
Did he now? This sounds familiar. He is
I,
the asshole,
like
not an
I
asshole. Asshole.
joke. I mean, I don't know. I lost my courage, and I left the house. I just turned and I walked out. I couldn't believe it. And here a few days after, I get a message from him. He wants me to come on this train trip with him. So I don't know, and maybe that's his big announcement, is he's going to announce that I'm his actual heir. Do you know? Is there anything you can tell me? I know you know him well. Please, please, sir, if there's anything you can tell me.
Of this, I do not know. I do know that your mother come to visit. I do know that he did not want to see her. This I know. So don't get your hopes up that this announcement be that he wants you to be heir. Don't do this. It's probably not this. I don't know what it is yet, but
I just, wow. I thank you for your honesty. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go to my cabin and have myself a lie down.
you do that. And if you need anything, Uncle Fromwick is here. Okay,
Uncle Frontwick. All right. Well,
Uncle Fromwick.
thank you.
Yes, down here, Uncle, down here. Yes, okay. I know I look like a baby sometimes, but I think of me as your uncle. Uncle
I don't think you look like a baby, because babies don't have beards.
Benny. You don't know known babies?
No, I didn't see. Oh, no, babies have beards. Is that a thing?
Well, it is now.
Oh, I
As
don't
long
think
as,
I
as
ever
long as
met
it's
no
not a
known
flaming baby, I've heard they get killed.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I can't even really grow a beard. So I mean,
I'll show you how. This would be a bonding experiment. I have some ointment. I give you help your pores open up in your beardedness to grow.
really?
You want one of these? I'll give you one of these.
No, I don't think I like it.
Oh, that's okay. Won't give you one of these.
But no, well, all right. Well, maybe I'll take you up on it. I don't want to do it. I don't do it tonight though.
Well, no. It takes a while to grow the beard. It won't be like, I'm not the woo. Don't do this. No.
Oh,
But you go do the lie down.
all right.
Just the hair.
Yes. All right. Well, nice to meet you, I guess.
It's a pleasure to see you again.
Of course. He kind of walks away with a confused look on his face, not real sure what happened right there. Everybody do me a favor and check your Discord if you have not. I asked you a question in there, and if you could answer that for me, that would be fantastic. Well, the hour grows late, and I see we've all become great friends again. And that is fantastic. And I know everyone is happy to be here, and you want to hear what I have to say. Because when Egon speaks, people listen. So I will be making the announcement once we reach our final destination in Fairhaven. So you're going to have to be patient a little longer. But I know you all have patience, otherwise I wouldn't have invited you here. There's no one that would rush at a chance to see what old Egon has to say. Hey, Egon says wait, we wait. That said, everything's on me. Drinks and food. I want you to enjoy the rest of your evening and get rest. I believe by tomorrow morning we'll be in Fairhaven, and the time will be there. That said, him, could I speak with you?
Sure. Where are we going?
Um, just here, to the end of the dining cart. The lounge, I apologize. I want to the lounge. So that there's some business things that we need to discuss.
Agreed.
So with
He
that,
follows him.
yeah, him and Egon make their way to the lounge area. It is close to midnight, and something evil is lurking in the dark. I'm sorry. It's
Open
it's
your
it, definitely close to midnight. You see people are beginning to yawn and stretch and turn in or whatnot. Is there any last pieces of business or information anyone would like to take care of or obtain um, prior to laying down for the evening, getting some shut eye?
I have something after everyone else has gone.
Okay, well then let's go. Him, you're gonna have a chat with
Yeah.
chat with Egon. Petrus, uh, any any last looks?
Nope. Getting nice and saucy, and headed back.
Okay.
Possibly horizontal mambo. Possibly.
From
My
one
door.
week.
Yes, I make my way to Tova. Hello there, Tova. Do you still keep track of the time by telling the stars?
Yes, I am very good at this.
What time is it at the moment then?
We are 8 hours from our destination.
You're still good. You're so good at this. So good. That's it. That's it. I just wanted to see if you still had that.
11 bells would be the exact time if you want.
11 bells is the time. I prefer to, I kind of look at life at how much more time there is until the next adventure, as opposed to living right now. Yes, that's part of my, yeah.
Yes. Oh, and you know, for being a train conductor, you know, the business that you have lots of business with Egon. I have noticed that this is, I noticed an affinity between the two of you there.
I noticed the same of you.
Oh yes, but you know, I work for him, you know, so this is normal. But
doesn't everyone work for him?
That is the question, is it not? Insight check.
Oh, all right.
All right, let's see. As I say that, let me pull up my insight is Sorry. Thought I had it up, but I did not, but I'm about to.
What is Fromwick specifically checking out of what Jova said?
Yeah, his insight is to basically trying to discern your reaction to that statement, like how deeply connected you are to. Is it just a passing thing, or are you in his actual employ like the rest of us? And my insight, come here, +6. So let's do this roll real quick. Do this roll. I don't know. I haven't been rolling very good lately, so we'll see what happens here. Let's see. There's a big fat 12 on a +6.
DM, would you like me to roll?
Yeah. So depending on what you're trying to do, so if you're trying not to reveal anything, we would do a deception
Mhm.
check versus his insight. Um, if you want to talk your way around him, maybe throw him off that way, persuasion. Or
My modifier for
you could
both
reverse inside him. Thing, right?
my deception and persuasion modifier are the same. Can I roll a d20 and keep it hidden as to which one I'm rolling, deception or persuasion? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and you can shoot it to me. Yeah, you can shoot it to me in the Discord. Uh, which
Yeah.
one you're rolling, if that's what you want to do.
So I
Okay,
rolled a
got your
16
D20.
against
Woo.
his insight.
Yes. Well,
12.
I had to ask the question. I'm sorry I did my pride.
No, I appreciate a straight shooter.
Yeah, this is what I do. I shoot straight. Right between you and me. Shoot straight. And you're way up there, aren't you? Yes.
But I feel it's exhausting being way up there, air thinner and everything. I like a good squat.
I get the under air. It's not
Oh no, I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
it's terrible down here. Yes.
Oh no.
Yes. Terrible.
Oh no.
I'm going to go drink with the fat
Under air.
guy over there. I'm depressed.
That doesn't sound good. So Tova,
I was kind of shaken by that.
He smells out farts.
It's about time for Tova to start making her rounds anyway.
Mhm.
So you start making your rounds and checking the various coaches, all the way from cargo to second class and whatnot. Going through there, passing by him and Egon in conversation, but you notice that their conversation isn't loud. It isn't a deliberate whisper per se. It's just Egon isn't as loud as he normally is.
Mhm.
And
Yeah,
so
I just want to kind of do this as late as I can, to clock where everybody retires for the evening, and just kind of mentally make a note of if there's people that aren't going to their own personal cabin, if they're going to another cabin where they end the night, and just under the guise of, I mean, really just doing my job, but making extra mental notes on the people that were all in that train car.
okay, I'm going to have you give me okay. Well, let me ask this: is there anyone here that is not going to their own cabin?
Can we answer that in the Discord?
Answer that in the Discord.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
and I'm going to have Tova give me a perception check.
Come on. Okay. 17.
17, okay. And I am going to roll secretly to myself because I'm the DM. I can do that. Now let's see if Roll20 actually does that. Here, so. You, Tova, you do take notes as you are moving into the headed for the second class car, through the lounge, the glass. You notice a figure move through and toward Petrus's cabin. It appeared to you that it was Atlantic. Looks like she was the one moving towards Petrus's cabin, which judging from how they were earlier,
Yep.
makes sense.
Yep.
Um, so if there is anyone else, I will roll for you in the Discord. If you could give me either your dexterity modifier or your stealth modifier, if you're proficient in stealth, I should say. If you're proficient in stealth, give me the total modifier. If not, give me your total dex modifier if you have chosen to go to a different cabin. And I will roll the d20 on your behalf and add your modifier to it. Oh no, sound of Discord going off.
Dun, dun.
Instead of sound of the hills, it's the sound of Discord.
Other than that, Tova, you don't see anyone else going to separate cabins. It appears everybody has retired to their own.
So Tret went to his cabin.
Yes,
And Blue Shield is where he's supposed to be.
correct.
Okay.
And so you've run your checks, stumbling up on the midnight hour, which is close at hand. And as you make your way back into the lounge with its hardwood stained and polished coffee tables and luxurious seating, you make your way to the front of that particular coach, and you note Egon has got a cup of brandy and a bottle in his hand, an empty cup. You notice a chair turned over near him, and he is laid over the table in what appears to be a drunken slumber. And he is snoring loudly.
Said just past midnight or 12 bells.
Almost. It's just past midnight. Yeah.
All right. Tova will head back to not her personal cabin, but to a one that she has on reserve. And inviting someone for a nightcap
Okay.
and to finish off a tour. Just a
Yeah.
neat little, maybe like caboose, kind of cool, like look out to see like everything.
It would be the
on-
caboose. but
Yeah,
yes.
it's definitely.
It would be the caboose.
Yeah, it's the caboose. Choo-choo!
Ka-chow, ka-choo.
Now come, Tova. There's a tour I would like you to take.
Fade to black, or are we going somewhere?
We're going to fade to black. You know,
Fade to black.
we're running up against our time allotment. We'll fade to
Cut
black.
to a symphony orchestra.
Anyway, we fast forward to early morning. It is time for Tova to rise and begin her pre-dawn check. As you were moving through the cars, you note that most individuals seem to be sound asleep. Like I said, as it's still dark outside. Not quite, the sun hasn't quite crested the horizon. Moving through the dining cart, it's empty, and into the lounge. And as you enter the lounge, you note that Egon is in the exact same place, in the exact same position that you left him the previous night. turned over chair next to him laid from across the coffee table, half seated in the chair he was in, his empty glass still in his hand, a bottle of brandy in the center of the table. But you notice one difference. A large blood stain on the back of his tunic. And you can tell, even though the tunic is black, you can tell that this large wet spot is definitely blood.
Probably some poop. Probably poop himself too. He's the type that would poop himself.
I heard some resentment behind that. What do you do?
Yeah,
Toad?
Tris talking in his sleep.
Just dreams. He's having.
Tova sees this. Fuck. Would you like me to? Are we coming up to a time thing, or should I? Because I mean, I could also poke around.
It's a time. Yeah, we're at 10, so I'm just we're about to close it out. Just
Come.
You want to check? Do you want to check him? Do you want to what? I mean, what do you want?
I like yelling, fucking going. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I can't think of any better way for us to close out our first actual play than fuck. Sorry.
We just had one little tiny piece here.
Yes. Then Tova looks at it, is careful to not get too close. Yeah. Okay. I like to take a look, see if there's anything I can glean without physically moving anything.
As you peer around Egon, you note that he is not breathing, and that his eyes are one of his eyes is partially open, the other closed. In your estimation, he appears to be dead. And aboard House Orion's Express. Murder. And we shall conclude the first of our 2-shot on that.
One shot duck.
All right. Hey, thanks.
2-shot fuck.
With both barrels, we double fuck our way into the night on the Orient Express. All right, folks. Thank you, first of all, to Wyndll for throwing this together and the cast for hopping in for our first of our 2-parter. As we get things thoroughly set up, the board has been set, the players in place, the corpse has been corpseified, and we prepare for the back half of our 2-shot. Again, just real quick, going around the horn, Wyndll, anything to give a shout out about before we wrap this one up?
Not right off not right up top. Just hey, humans.
Absolutely. And hey, folks, if you're wondering when Wyndll's going to be coming back and DMing for us another 1-shot, no later than next month as we jump into our February APs. Wyndll has been gracious enough to not only kick us off and be the guinea pig as we worked out some of the kinks for this format, but then also to come back and DM a 1-shot for Black History Month, which is fantastic. So, and Christian, of course, you got a couple of things I think you wanted to give a shout out about.
Yeah. I've got a new film that's releasing this past weekend. It's called Double Down South. Has Kim Coates from Sons of Anarchy fame. It's pretty cool. It's about these billiard hustlers in the South, and it's a very interesting movie. I got a small bit where Kim and I'm always the bad guy, man. I'm always having words with people, and I'm having some words with Kim Coates. Hey, man, it's something to have words with Tig from Sons of Anarchy. That means something. I mean, you're elevating your game when you're giving words with Tig. And for my 5 nights at Freddy's crew, I'm going to be at the Louisiana Retro Con in Morgan City. I believe that's March 2nd and 3rd. So come on out and see me, and let's hang out and talk some FNAF lore and educate me, and I'll tell you all the behind the scenes dirt.
And
For the tea, baby, for the tea.
for the record, no relation with Kim Coates. Anthony, anything to close us out with?
I'm on this podcast called Gimme Da Loot that we should watch. Everybody should listen to. It's a great show.
I heard you play.
There's Yeah, I do. Very fast, tough cat. As a matter of fact, strongest character on the show, actually. Yeah.
And
So.
had at about 50% of the lines of this evening. Harland, anything for your final shout out?
No, not right now. Not right now. I have 2 on that podcast. I'm the straw that stirs the drink. So you guys, you guys know.
Stirs the drink. Gross. Okay, you're done. Tori, kerchoo, chugga us home. What the fuck? That is in the podcast lore now. Even more canonical than gnome baby beards. Close us out. Anything to close us out with?
Having a hard time to not letting Maury slip out and immediately attempt to pick up Fromwick. So I'd really like for him to come back to the main campaign for Maury to interact with Fromwick. Very purposefully trying to play a different character vibe this time around, and it's hard.
Well,
and other than that, follow me on Instagram because I am on this show and I'm trying to do this thing where I show more stuff, even though I haven't yet. At UR News on Instagram.
Mystery.
Mystery.
And again, I really do appreciate you guys stepping up to do this. This is so different from what we do on the stream on a regular basis, number one, and so different from what we do on the podcast on a regular basis, where we've got a much larger safety net. You're able to play things a lot more quickly. Fantastic job tonight, all of you. One technical issue.
Thank you, Wyndll.
100% more than 100% less than I expected to have. I expected this thing to blow up 1,000 times over, and it didn't. And Wyndll, thank you for getting us set up. And we will see you guys next week. As always, thanks for joining us. And let's see if I remember to hit the outro instead of just cut off the stream.